Hey everybody, just playing some historic brawl. Playing my current build of Rusko. Just on the mic here, sorry. That came through, I don't know. I assume it did. I'm assuming that was pretty loud, but I couldn't hear it. So, anyway, I've played this guy before. Like they're on something different. Last time I played them, they're on like some kind of blue-white thing. Anyway, so Rusko makes a midnight clock. That's kind of the deal here. What they go for. Make a midnight clock, and then every time they come into the battlefield, they'll make another midnight clock. Also, anytime you cast a non-creature spell, it drains and gains. So you can kill your opponent that way. You can make a bunch of clocks. You can get overwhelming card advantage. This deck can get really nasty. It also can get you down pretty hard. That one counts, right? Yeah. And an island. Alright, so let's just get a Drowned Catacomb. We'll call Moonsilver Key. There's not really anything else to do. I could hold up, go for the throat, but I don't even know what they're doing. And I don't care. I'm just playing for me. I'm playing very one-sided match. Very focused on what I'm doing. So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm doing here. Interesting. I think I'm gonna get rid of there. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Narset. Try to get some Rusko stuff going on. There's really not a lot. Like I don't really have a lot of option there. I mean, it's basically the same, just either one of these. I already have go for the throat mana up. Like we're just gonna go for it. I also turned off auto tap just to give me a little bit of extra control over what bad things, what terrible things happen when it taps my mana. In these situations, not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. But sometimes like it matters. Sometimes it's like, oh, I need like double black for this thing, and I wasn't paying enough attention. It just races through and it just taps the wrong one, and it's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. So yeah, that's a potential thing that sucks. Hopefully I don't have one more removal spell or a counter. No counter so far. Get him for 3. And yes, that's it. They know. they totally know. That's how it goes. Yeah, let's jump into another one. Yeah, just a silly little game there. Once that midnight clock starts ticking up, there's players that just don't want to play. There's also there's plenty of players that don't want to play against it just in general. Like they'll quit right off the bat. They'll be like, oh, it's a Rusko. No, we're not doing Russ. There's this guy. It's like it starts with an M. It's like Mira something. Milo. I don't know. Geo something. Gosh, I can't remember it all. Like I just got it's like Italian, I think. And with the hello back. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just start off with the tap land. It's fine. That way I can play it, I can play whatever on turn 2. I don't think it really is gonna come up or matter, but that. Let's see what they're rocking though. This is a nice little card. This one goes and looks through their deck. And then it gives me one of their cards. All right, cool. So this is a card that I'm playing as well. Urtai, the Urtai, whatever. I don't know. They can counterspell or destroy a creature, but then the controller draws a card. So typically use it offensively. I think that's the way I use it anyway. I'd imagine that's the way that most people use it. You could use it like on your own stuff. Like you could kill your Russ and then yeah, and it's back in the command zone. And then you're like ready to play it again. It all just, I guess, depends. It's situational. I think that's like a win more situation, but you might have something where it's like something's uncounterable, and then you can drop this while you're playing another spell, and then do that. But I don't think I'm running the. No, I'm not running that. Is it even? I think it's a planeswalker. There's a a 5 mana something. It's blue and it's like 2 and 2 blue, I think. No, it's a creature. I think it's a creature. Final answer. I don't know. Final answer is I don't know. Let's see if they have a counterspell for this. They might just I might just be walking headfirst into the like wash away, or there's a few counterspells that these decks run, but nothing there. So let's just get in for 3. See what happens. They're just drawn. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hold up my witness protection for when they do the thing. Because there's nothing else. I can't put it on any of my own stuff. Although sometimes I get this one confused for the other 1 mana spell, and then like if I'm not paying enough attention, then now I've witness protection to my own Rusko. And I actually thought that I had the other one before I started talking. It was like this thing. So then, yeah, I had to switch it over to the witness protection. That's why I started with, I'm going to hold up my, like, yeah, that's why you're going to do it, because you don't have any other options. Let's see, that'll tap me out. If I do a Rune of Legends. Yeah, Rune of Legends leaves up the mana to get the counterspell. So I can counter his first one, and then the second one I can put that on the second one, and I can pick up the Midnight Clocks. I doubt he's gonna go for his Rusko into this. So Chromatic Lantern, I'm just gonna take that offline. It messes with their mana, so if they had a 2 mana spell, they're not necessarily able to do it, or a 3 mana. I didn't realize they hadn't made their land drop. Wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do Ori first. That gives me the Rusko. Gives me 2 mana up. Ooh. Oh, there's that wash away. Never mind. I was gonna say it gives me 2 mana up. We're gonna have to bring that back. Get in for 6. When it's on a 2-turn clock, unless they improve the board. So I'm guessing their Rusko's coming down this turn. Oh no, I was like, I should have put that in hand. It's like, no, I can't put that in hand. Oof. That's nasty. Yeah, how am I gonna do this? All right, let's start off with a Midnight Clock. Get a Tome of Legends out here with a Clone Crafter. Probably discarding. Gosh, I don't even know. Trophy Mage is probably gotta go. We'll go with Trophy Mage disappearing. All right, so opponent hit me with their wash away. I'm not running not wash away. They hit me with a wash away into a River's Rebuke. But the River's Rebuke, I'm not running River's Rebuke. I'm running the other one, the other 6 mana one that returns everything, but it returns both players. And I'm not convinced that I'm running the best one right now. Because one-sided is more surgical. You can kind of do it however you want, but the other one allows me to put Omniscience into play, so that's pretty cool. There's my own ear tie, so now I have like 2 of them. I don't want to drop the Rusko, because then I have to discard another card. I already have a Midnight Clock up. Let's just get the Orrery back online if we can. If we get it countered, it's gonna get countered. That's how it is. If that doesn't get countered, then these probably aren't gonna get countered. We probably have like a minute. Actually, I can just leave up ear tie. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave up ear tie and then get after this thing. Because then, regardless of whatever they do, I can drop Eartie into turn. Yeah, that's how much mana? That's 6. Yeah. Technically 7 once Eartie hits the board, but definitely not like not good stuff. All right. What's my opponent doing? They've got a grip full. We've got a grip full. We're doing it. We got. Didn't you just use that to draw a card? I just saw. Yeah, no, we'll just counter that. I think that's good enough to eat the counterspell. I don't want them getting a Displacer Kitten up and then like bouncing their Rusko and making a bunch of like stuff. Ooh, Oracle Alpha, that's nice. All right, this will tap the Eartie, so they can come in with this 1/1 if they want. I'm not super concerned about it. I just wanted to advance my midnight clock, get it closer to the time that we're drawing a million cards. All right. Yeah, I'm more comfortable here. They counter it again, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather them not, but I can fight back. Speaking of fighting back, I'll keep the yeah. Counter target spell. We'll get rid of that. They're gonna get some pretty good mileage out of that spirit. I'm feeling. I can make it into a 3/3 that doesn't like grow anymore, but I don't think that's good enough. Yeah, I guess I can. Yeah, I'll leave up the Clone Crafter block. Rusko, I'll bluff like I'm blocking. Don't care about the Oracle. I mean, it's already in play. There's nothing I can do about it. He's already got the power 10, the power 9 in there. Power 10. He's got the power 9 shuffled in the deck, so it's like 5 Mox, 0 mana artifacts that tap for 1 of each color. Black Lotus, Time Twister, Time Walk, and Ancestral Recall. Time Twister is basically like Midnight Clock, except for both players do it. You just shuffle hand in the graveyard into library and then get going. Paradox Engine's great when you're like on this side of it, but if you hit like a raw Paradox Engine like this, just that feels bad. If I can hit one, especially off of the flop, like the reshuffle and the flip over, then we're in good position. I mean, assuming we get there. It's still like four turns away, and oof, right. Gonna lose my Trophy Mage forever. What else am I gonna lose? Let's see, Brawl's expertise. I think I need. So I think I'm gonna get rid of the Trophy Mage and the Seek New Knowledge. I think those are the weakest links. I mean, maybe not, but the Etherflux Reservoir is still online. If I can get that going, then interesting that they didn't attack with their Vigilance creature. All right, Dark Writ. All right. That's 3 counter. That's 1 more counter closer. It's 3 mana for 1. Yeah. I think I stopped explaining the power 9. Ancestral Recall draws you 3 cards, and Time Walk takes an extra turn. For anybody who didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. Suck up. All right. I think I'm gonna get the first Midnight Clock down. No. I want to get the Aetherflux Reservoir down first. Do you have a counterspell? Nothing that's like. I mean, you could Spell Pierce it, I guess, but it's gonna cost me a little bit more mana on a board full of mana. Oh yeah, I guess it it does the damage to them as well. I guess this Midnight Clock's gonna lag pretty far behind, but that's okay. That's okay. We can be like 5 behind. All right, let's do a Brawl's Expertise. So we'll get rid of my Clockmaker, your this thingy, or Paradox Engine. So Midnight Clock will resolve. It'll tick over. I'll gain 12. I'll gain 7 cards, not 12 cards. Oof. I'm hoping I get to untap. All right, so they're brainstorming. I don't know that that does much for them, but they're doing it. I think they're dead next turn. Don't know if I've got them this turn, but pretty sure I've got them next turn. That spirit's gonna get real big, and then it's gonna disappear. Boop. Oh, I gotta return it to my hand. And then from my hand, I can just play that back. I get another Midnight Clock, which these two aren't going to be very close to being separated, but I don't think it's going to matter. Wow, I have land drops too, or a land drop at least. I'll get my Inventors Fair just in case my life total does matter. I don't think it does. Ashiok. This should be game ending for them, but I don't know. Oh, it doesn't matter. I win. And then I'll just hold up the win. Okay, they saw it. Basically, if you didn't see it, I'm over 50 life. The reservoir takes for 50. So I can just shot them. I guess I didn't even need to hold it up. They don't have any mana open. I'm like playing way too conservatively. Like, I'll just hold it up in case they have some card that costs 0 and like I can do it in some speed, gain 1,000,000 life. No, they're just dead. I could just tap that and they're done. So yeah, Omniscience. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. There's a lot going on in this deck. I definitely recommend jumping out there and grabbing one of these if you have all the cards. If you don't worry about it. Like, I don't know. I just think you should play with the cards that you have. WotC has all this like fear of missing out and all this other stuff going on, and I just don't think it's I don't think it's necessary, especially for a product that's this lacking. Like, Arena's fine. It's a fine way to play Magic because it's the only way to play Magic, but it's not good. It's not like what it should be, especially for players like me. I like playing these goofy combos that have like a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving pieces. I like to be able to just like, and then we're gonna do like these 3 things, and then these 4 things are gonna happen, and then like this, that, and this. And I wish that there was like a way to take a shortcut. That's my major gripe. That's that's the big one. As far as the gameplay, I have some other complaints that are far more pressing. If Wizards going to work on anything, I think the first thing to fix is the economy. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen based off of what's going on with D&D right now. I think, yeah, I think Hasbro and Wizards need to figure out what they're doing. Oh, much corporate greed, so much rent seeking, so much just nonsense. Yeah, it is what it is, though. I'm just not gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the damage. Because clearly they didn't want to give this haste, so I don't know, they have some other, like, whatever. Fine, so I'll just take 2 off of the Bone Crusher. Yeah. This hand might be a little bit too slow to deal with this, like, really fast red deck. Really fast just for the format. Like, it's, everything's buried. I'm into turn 3 here. This could be a game over for, a legacy match, like, 3 turns ago. So, it all really depends. But for this format, I think some of these red decks are really, really quick. I don't know if this one's quite there, but it's close. Like, yeah. I think there's some others that kill you just a little bit faster. All right, I'm gonna go Rusko before Mox Amber, but then I don't really have a follow up. I could hold the Mox Amber for next. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold the Mox Amber for next turn. All I'm gonna get out of it is 1 counter on the midnight clock, and I don't think that it's gonna matter grand scheme if they kill like Rusko now, or if like they don't, because then either way I'll like be able to get it up. But it puts me in the exact same position, so they'll have to like kill it 2 turns in a row and then like whatever. But I'm already down to 12, so if they kill Rusko and they come in for, what is that, like, too much? That's 6, I think, right? Yeah. Embercleave? No Embercleave. Weird. Just some kind of like spike field hazard. Any number of 2 damage shock type spells. Okay. A little bit of the Fanatical Firebrand. That'll finish it off. Alright. That works. Just not sure what the opponent's going to have in there. Yeah, there's not really much to do here. Just play my commander and hope it's not too bad. I still think I want to just wait till next turn for the Displacer Kitten, because it's not going to matter. I don't have a legendary on board, so if they kill it, then it doesn't matter, and if they don't, then it doesn't matter. Like, I don't have any plays. I guess I could be representing something. I guess that would be like one of the reasons to do it, but like, bro, it's early morning BRAWL. Like, you don't have to be that. You don't have to play that good. You don't have to play that well. You don't have to be the very best there ever was. You don't have to be Ash Ketchum, a little bit of Goku, a little bit of whatever. All right, so they're putting on the brakes as far as the aggression goes. Although I'm pretty close to dead. I'm right over the edge. Yeah, so I think we'll start with Displacer Kitten. Hope that doesn't get bolted, but not a lot we can do about it if it does. We'll get our first blink on Rusko. That goes through. That's pretty great. Each one of these blinks is going to bring me up a life. Each 2 spells is basically undoing an attack from that last attack from the penguin, the phoenix. Wow, it gets bigger. All right, I'm not sure that I've played against that one. I'm definitely not familiar with it. there's a lot of these like alchemy cards that I don't know. I kind of swore that I would never play this when alchemy first came out, but then I played Oracle of the whatever. I was playing some event, tricked me into it. Playing some event, and I accidentally actually did a thing. I should have been blinking this perhaps. Could have had way more mana. All right, but I do get an instant. I have enough for Time Warp? Don't. Has to be an instant that costs 3 or less that helps me out here. That'll help me out. Not a spirit, are you? Okay. I'll do the Clockmaker here, and then this will untap the Lotus. And then I get one more. Potentially 2 more, but mostly just 1 more. No, it's 2 more. Because it's this and then the Scion. Yeah, that's right. They have the extra. Yeah. So it's 2 more, possibly 3 more. This is the last of the free mana or whatever. This is now starting to cost me mana. But I did just come out from 6. I've almost doubled my life total, or have now doubled my life total. And then way more than that. Nice. Okay, yeah, I forgot about Aetherflux Reservoir. Sweet. That's it. So did they. All right. So then that Karn, because I'm so far up in life, that Karn then gets to pick the top whatever. If I pick another like 2 mana non-creature, this goes up to 11. Either way, I'm gonna draw a bunch of cards, like either during their turn or during my turn. Like I can, yeah, no, that would have been 11 anyway. So yeah, whatever. I could have paid 3 mana and gotten there. Yeah. Do 1 more. So anyway, yeah, this deck is it's a lot of fun. It's yeah, it's silly. It's a lot of fun for me. I'm enjoying it in a way that I didn't think I would. But yeah, I was playing this this event, this like whatever, this Wednesday event thing, and it happened to be an alchemy event, and I didn't realize it was like it had its own list or something, or I don't remember. Maybe I grabbed a list from like from one of the list websites. Anyway, so I had this card, and I used, or no, I think I bought it for this. I'm not sure. I don't think I had a copy of it when I put this together. So I think they gave me a copy of it. I think it was like on a you can play anything weekend or whatever, or like a you can play anything day. I don't remember. I don't care that much. It doesn't process anymore. Anyway, long story longer. What I was trying to say is that I played some event, and it you gonna counter this? Is this just walking into a counterspell? And the Oracle, yep, just walking right into a counterspell. Face first. The Oracle was in the list, and I was like, if I ever play historic, then I will I'll probably play this card. And I saw like a Pleasant Kenobi video on specifically on this deck. It was like this card's broken in Commander or whatever, or Historic Brawl. I forget what the video title was, but yeah, and it looked like a lot of fun. And I was like, okay, well, I'll build it. I'll see what I got. And I had like almost all of the cards, and I think, like I said, I think I bought like an oracle of the whatever. But I have wild cards. I have like an abundance of wild cards. Your own Karn. And just play it? No? Okay. Confused as to what my opponent's doing. I think I'm just gonna make another Power Stone tablet or whatever tablet token. Yeah, we'll just try for a Trophy Mage. I don't know. That way I can get get something that makes black. I don't have any black mana right now. Like the Ornithopter of Paradise is kind of just chilling there. The Tome of the Infinite is so powerful, and I really, really want it, but I think I'm just gonna get a replicating ring and hope that it just like ticks up to whatever. Is it like 12? 9, 8. I saw the in. So it's got to get 8 counters on it. So I've got to take 8 more turns, and then it makes another one. So I don't think that one's gonna make anything. I'm not blocking anything. Let's get a Wishclaw Talisman. Let's get all crazy here. So Wishclaw Talisman works with the Power Stones, so you can just tap one of those and it'll, whatever, which is nice. That's, cute little synergy that's happening there. But what I really like to do is, if I'm gonna get this, I'd like to get either something that's gonna bounce everything, so I'll get back the Wishclaw Talisman before they can activate it, or get like Ashiok onto the board. And then if Ashiok's on the board with Wishclaw Talisman, they can't search, and a lot of people don't like see that interaction very often, apparently, because that still gets people every now and again. It's an older interaction, but it still checks out. I forget what Ashiok is from. I want to say it was War of the Spark. I think that's right. So they were like either in Standard together, or they were in they were really close together. So it was like one of those things where it's like they were in like Historic or something, together as like a deck idea. Like that was one thing that you could do, try to force them into searches, and then they failed to find, or they not failed to find, they failed to be allowed to search. They went for the River's Rebuke. This is gonna be bad for me. If that happens. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing that's happening next turn. Yeah, this is that only leaves me 2 mana. No, it leaves me 3 mana up. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna dare them to do it. That's what I'm gonna do, right? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dare you. I'm guessing if you have a counterspell, you're not gonna counter it. Because you have a land and you're going to River's Rebuke, just to finish the reason that I thought that was going to work out. And then I can just like get you, and then hope that you don't have a Pact of Negation. We're just sitting here with our fingers crossed, just hoping against hope. Cross them as hard as I can. So that worked out. Now I get to go get Omniscience. Yeah, I'm going to start with Omniscience. Then I can get this Karn, this Karn, this Karn, this Karn. Give me a Signet, so that's a free Signet. I can get anything I want. So then I think I go get the next thing that I get is gosh, what do I get? I'm thinking Paradox Engine. Yeah, I go get Paradox Engine because then I can get anything I want after that. I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I just go get Paradox Engine. They can keep the Wishclaw Talisman for whatever. Because I can deal with it eventually or not deal with it. I can just win the game from. I go get Paradox Engine. I go get then I cast this, and then I have to go get something that gives me a draw spell. I don't think I. Oh, oops! I clicked leave match. I meant to click view battlefield. It's just in that same area. I really hate the fact that they don't have a replay system. Anyway, that's the deck. I'll give you a real quick rundown of the deck in case I forget to put it in the description. Probably will forget to put it in the description. Good for that. But if I did put it in the description, please like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, so this is the this is what I'm running. I've got a bunch of snow covered, and those are all specifically for the where is that at? The Blood on the Snow. Blood on the Snow, if you cast your spell with snow mana, it allows you to bring back a creature or a planeswalker. There's plenty of times where you'll have 4 snow and you'll be able to get Rusko. It's not enough. Like I wish I could get some more snow permanents. I have put some in here, like the Cold Steel Heart and the replicating ring. That's part of why that's in here. It's not because like I'm gonna get 8 turns, although it is possible you can get infinite turns, so you can get an infinite number of replicating rings if your opponent were to last that long. Or if Arena would handle it. Arena will have some issues. They'd have to have like something like a Platinum Angel, and then you just like weren't getting to your Flood of Tears for some reason. Whether it's like exiled or whatever, and you had to go through like a million turns to get there. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what kind of weird like fringe scenario you'd have to be in, but anyway, Blood in the Snow, the replicating ring is part of that. Like it's in those 3 mana good stuff artifacts. Anyway, so yeah, that's why the snow covered. I've got the Abandoned Mine, although I've never used it in this deck to mill. I've never like milled it over. I'm not saying that it's like not possible. It's just probably not my play style. That can probably like leave, but it's just such a value and like whatever. The odds of it messing up the Blood on the Snow, that might be like a point against it, whatever. Here's another snow land that's like kind of that concession to the thing. It's another just tapped land. There's not very many of them in the deck. Watery Grave can choose, and other one, Drowned Catacomb cares which one's out there. Shipwreck Marsh cares if you have 2 or more lands. This is another one that's kind of a weak land in the deck. I don't know if this is actually good, and the reason why is that the Power Stone, like paying 4 mana to make a Power Stone, only really seems applicable like if you don't have a Midnight Clock out or like whatever, because like you just rather pay 3 instead of like tapping 5 potential mana sources to like be able to make an extra one. I don't know, like it's just like one of those like cutesy things. It's like maybe if you just don't have anything to do that turn, you can make a Power Stone token. I don't know. I don't think this deck really cares that much about it, but like maybe like maybe there's like corner cases for it. I don't know. Like it just doesn't feel very strong. And there's Inventors Fair is pretty great. Being able to search for an artifact is wonderful. Being able to gain a little bit of life along the way, not terrible. Nykthos, I'm still not super sold on this one, but there are some times where it's like, oh yeah, Nykthos plus plus a bunch of midnight clocks. You get 2 or 3 midnight clocks out there, and then Nykthos starts to look real good. You've got your Rusko, you've got 2, maybe 3 of those out. You got maybe a Narset or something, or an Ashiok, and you're making 5-6 mana off of it. It's great, but it's just not always there. Anyway, Plaza Heroes, you can the big thing here is that you can make Rusko indestructible and hexproof, but it also cares about your legendary creatures or permanents rather, so you can have your planeswalkers or whatever. It'll tap for mana that they're that they make, or it can tap to cast them. That's basically all it does. Pretty cool though. Discover the Formula, just a way to get a bunch of cards into hand. This deck doesn't seem to struggle with getting 6 mana. If you get to 4 mana, you're probably getting to 6. If you get to 4 mana, you're dropping Rusko. If it doesn't get countered, then you're up to 5. 1 more land, you're right there. So it's one of those things, and that's like turn 3, 4 that like that stuff's happening. So turn 5, 6, you get Discover the Formula kind of like on time or a little bit early. You can go get a bunch of lands or non-lands, and also it reduces the cost of everything. So like if you're like sitting there with like an Omniscience or something in hand, it brings it down to 9, which is, if you're getting to 6, you're probably getting a 9. That's kind of how this deck gets you there. So it's very likely that any of those big things. The other big one is Flood of Tears. The reason that I'm partial to this one is because you get to do some nonsense by like occasionally getting your Omniscience back into play, like if you draw it and then get both of these in hand, which you can do because you've got Grim Tutors and the Wishclaw Talisman. You've got ways to like search some of it, and there's some draw spells and stuff. It doesn't happen super frequently, but it is possible. There's probably like a better way to lean on that. Again, I'm not the best deck builder. This is just my current, wherever we're at. BRAWL's Expertise, somebody got me in the mirror once with this, and I was just like sold. Like immediately when it happened. They made me pick up my Midnight Clock, my Rusko, and then their Rusko, and then they replayed their Rusko. So they had like their original Midnight Clock plus this one plus I think another one, because they had hit it with like the what's that called, Essence Flux. That's the one I mix up with Witness Protection, and their art is completely different, but also not really. It's just like they're just, I don't know, kind of forgettable art. I don't know. I'm sure this is probably somebody's like favorite card out there, and I don't mean to like hate on your favorite card. I don't know. I hadn't seen either of these cards until this deck, so like they just hit me at the same time, and I just can't distinguish between the two. Other than that, Displacer Kitten, that's just a great combo. It works with like any of the non-lands plus like any of the stuff, bouncing Rusko in and out. You flicker that guy, keep making Midnight Clocks. You flicker the Scholar of Ages, you're able to recast all of your instants and sorceries, and you get enough of those in the graveyard, and you just you start just bouncing 2 of them at a time. You're in an infinite loop, with like Omniscience or Paradox Engine and enough of the mana rocks. Thassa's Deep Dwelling, like that's just bounces all the stuff again. It's all gravy. If this deck could play it, it would play Agent of Treachery. Like this is one of those, like, Agent of Treachery still existed. This is one of those decks that it's like I would shuffle a random card out of it and try to justify that card coming back into the deck. Then like like immediately, that's just, pick a card, it doesn't matter, we'll try to justify getting that one in instead of Agent of Treachery. Agent of Treachery has earned its spot. There's like, it's 100%. Anyway, never mind. Nobody likes that card, just you. Shieldred, it combos with the draw 7 just so good. Especially just, it's such a tax on your opponent anyway. It's good in the mirror. It's just good. Irtai, just a hero. You saw it in that the game earlier where it was just like Irtai is just doing all the work. Either Flux Reservoir, just another heavy hitter. Combos out with Bolas' Citadel. It combos out with like just your regular stuff, just gaining a bunch of life. It's all gravy. Keeps you alive against like burn and stuff. Karn Living Legacy and Karn Scion of Urza. Those 2 Karns over the Great Creator, which is weird because there are a lot of artifacts in this format, but there is no sideboard in this format. And the thing that's broken about Karn Living Legacy or Karn Great Creator over either of these things, the thing that makes him broken is that its ability to go get cards out of a toolbox, being able to get 1 of 7 or 1 of 15 cards depending on the format. makes that Karn just insane. Where here, just shutting off the artifacts isn't enough against all of the decks. It's great in the mirror, it's great against, you know, certain decks, but there's just too many like decks that just don't care. This Karn, on the other hand, at least you're taking up, right? You're taking up, you're making, you know, you're making Power Stone tokens, you're saving your life total, you know, you can be a great distraction. Also, if it, you know, if at all possible, you can also just dump a ton of mana into it. I've had times where I'm, you know, comboing off or whatever. I think it was against the computer or whatever. I was playing against Sparky, but I'd built up like 20 some odd mana, and then was able to look at the top 20 cards of the, you know, of the library, and I could, you know, foresee getting that number up to, you know, hundreds if you really want to, you know, mess around with like the Paradox Engine stuff. You can, you know, look, basically it's minus search for any card. This one just gives you the draw power. Again, like I said, the big thing is like you're getting the that selection, and I think that's what we're losing on Karn the Great Creator. But it also can protect itself, making really, really big constructs. Again, if you have, you know, a bunch of midnight clocks on the board, and then you know, plus or minus a Karn, sorry, not plus. You minus 2 your Karn, now you have like a, you know, 5/5 or an 8/8 or an 11/11. You know, you get a pretty gnarly creature there. And you could get 2 of them, so that's, you know, not too bad. Key to the Archive, it's just got this giant spell book. There's not a way that I know to like, oh, I guess you can just right click on it. I thought you had to click on the picture. I was like, there's no way that I know to right click on that picture, but yeah, you can just right click on the card. Never mind. Shows how little I know. But you can choose any of these like 15 cards. They're all, you know, they're all bangers. You know, for various reasons. Any of them are potentially good, and you can, you know, just win the game with the approach to Second Sun. Like, it's very possible to, you know, just play that and, you know, cycle it back and like cast it 2 or 3 times in the same turn with this kind of like setup. If you were to, you know, get in that thing, if you needed to cast it 3 times, yeah, no, you don't. You just need to cast it twice. Midnight Clock, just the backbone of the thing anyway. Having an extra copy that you can just make is great. It could be a 3rd turn play where you have a Midnight Clock up, and then 4th turn Rusko, now you have 2 Midnight Clocks. It's great stuff. Oracle of the Alpha, this is another one where it's just like, these are the power 9. You get one of each of these in your deck. They're all amazing. They're restricted in Vintage. It's the only format that you're like allowed to play in them that I know of. Or I think maybe Old School, but I don't even know if that's even played very much. So anyway, all super powerful cards. That's another one that you can bounce with or flicker with the Displacer Kitten, and then just, you know, generate a ton of power 9 into your deck, and then it turns on things like that line's really good with like a Bolas' Citadel, because now you have all these things to cast off the top, and if you're doing Bolas' Citadel with like Paradox Engine, now you're, you know, you've got a bunch of low cost stuff that's doing the thing. Or if you're doing it with just Rusko and Bolas's, then you're, you know, you're doing the whole thing. So like if it's like Displacer Kit and Bolas' Citadel, Oracle of the Alpha, like, and maybe Rusko, like if your board's like that and you're just churning through those, it sets up like one of those like just combos that's really good. But if you don't have the combo or whatever, you're just getting really good value out of it. Solve the Equation, just a way to go get stuff. Like, this is a way to go search for like Grim Tutor if I want to go down that line of like search for a thing to search for a thing. The nice thing is, like, depending on your board state, you could go you know, Solve the Equation into Grim Tutor into whatever it is, and then cast that thing next turn. So like, you know, whether it's, you know, cast in your Omniscience next turn or Paradox Engine or whatever, or, you know, potentially the Scholar of the Ages, and then you're, you know, it's just it allows you to get down that line pretty quickly if your opponent doesn't disrupt it. Hero's Downfall, just a little bit of removal. Ashiok is kind of a little bit of a bait, but also specifically for the Wishclaw Talisman, and it's a nice little combo on its own. Grab the Ashiok with the Wishclaw, problem solved. Rune of Legends is really great with just even the few legends that are in this deck, the few legendary creatures, Rusko, and Urtai and Shieldred, Thassa sometimes, I guess. Just with the few, but because the commander, whatever, it's just it's so good. I'm assuming there's decks that make even better use of it, but whatever. Skyclave Relic, potentially super amazing with Paradox Engine. Urza Construction Zone. This one can be good against decks that have like kind of a slow start. You get it down on turn 2 or 3, start attacking. If you can get 2 attacks in and then it dies, even during that second attack, you can get all 3 of the Urza's lands. They called Tron. There's new Urza's lands, but the OG Urza's lands anyway. It gets all 3 of those, and that helps you cast, Omniscience. It helps you, recast, your Clockmaker if it's been lots and lots of times, whatever. Anyway, Clone Crafter, it's really cute. I don't know if it's good, but I like the extra information it gives you about your opponent's deck. It gives you kind of insight as to what they're playing. It gives you one of their creatures, which, depending on the deck, sometimes that's, backbreaking. Ledger Shredder's just value. Renowned Weaponsmith, so great with all these 2 mana artifacts, because you play this on turn 2, and then basically any of these are free. It's really good in getting your bigger artifacts out. It's just so so much value. I don't even have a Heart Piercer bow or Vial of Dragonfire in the deck. That's it's not an option. We're not doing either of those things. I don't even know what those cards do. Seek New Knowledge. This is just another it's a really good brainstorm. It's not even it's costs more than a brainstorm, and it's whatever. But it goes and gets 2 random cards, just pulls them right out of the deck, without disrupting the order. So if you have if you've scryed some to the top or whatever else, it's one way to not disrupt the order. If you've got I don't know, Bolus's Sigil or something, there's some reasons to not disrupt the order. Whatever. Anyway, it's cool. It's neat. I like it. Some more removal. Siphon Insight's another just really cute way to mess with your opponent. You're stealing stuff from them. It's a singleton format. Some of these are combo decks that rely on getting A and B together, and if you can steal a couple of their pieces of their combo, just amazing. I love it. It's just such a great card for me. And then just some mana rocks and other ramp and whatever else. And that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great night.